Right, I've finished the little faux shirt. I'm wearing it. And when you want to take it off, just pull that out, unbutton it like you would a normal shirt. She says the buttons are a bit stiff. That's it. Pull it out the back. And there we are. Simple as that. So you can start making these out of old blouses. It's a way to upcycle them, refashion them. I save all the bits of fabric that are cut off because I use them for other things. That might be lining bags, it might be patches on things, make something decorative, whatever. I don't throw any scraps out. Keep them and use them. There's all sorts of things. And the absolute worst, if they're so tiny, then you use them as filling for soft toys and that sort of thing. Okay, so there's no need to waste any fabric. This has given a blouse that I didn't wear new life. It'll be useful. I'm going to make some more and they'll be in my Etsy shop, which is My Cornish Cottage. Talk to you later. Bye bye for now. Take one shirt and make it into a faux shirt. I'm going to cut it down here, front and back. I'm going to show you how to make a faux shirt front out of an old blouse. You know, sometimes you've got a jumper, perhaps the neck's a bit low, or you just want to smarten it up a bit, but you don't want the restriction of wearing a blouse as well. So all we're going to do is, I've got a kitten on here as well that's trying to help me, is to measure across how far we want it. I think that'll be wide enough. That's 34 centimetres. And what I'm going to do is draw round that and then cut it, and then just hem the edges, and that should be it. So I'm using these pens. They're Fixian. What happens is you can write on fabric with them, which is great, like so, instead of using tailor's chalk. But when you iron the fabric, it disappears, the writing. If you want to get the writing back, stick it in the freezer. So it's great help. I think you can just see a kitten wandering into it who's deciding that she is going to help me this morning. But this isn't new fabric, this is an old blouse, so it really doesn't matter. Oh, she's deciding to sit in the collar now. And then we're going to decide how long we want that. If I do it from the collar down to about 24 centimetres, I think that'll be enough. What we could do, 25, I think. And all this is just rough. Yeah, about like that. As you can see, this little kitten thinks this is great fun. This is not how I advise you to do your sewing. Right, I'm going to pin through the layers so that I can just cut it in one go. Yes, we've got 2 kittens and they're coming up to 10 weeks old now. 2 little girls, Cagney and Lacey. Who says I watch too much television? Right, take your scissors. No, kitten, I'm going to have to move you, otherwise I'll be snipping your whiskers. Right, move this round to make it easier to cut. One kitten making it impossible. So she's absolutely transfixed by this. She just wants to be part of it. There you can go, you can see where I've cut. Cut down this side too. I'm getting attacked by the other one. Right, and all I've got to do with that, get rid of the pins, obviously carefully, I don't want them in kittens' paws or mouths, like that. And there we go. So I've just got to hem all the way around, all the way around, and then you wear that under your jumper to fill in a neckline that's too low, to give you a little bit of warmth if you've got say a v-neck or something like jumper on or something like that. And it's a little bit chilly, but you don't want to wear a blouse underneath because that can be restricting. This is just a nice comfy option, and it's a way of upcycling blouses you already have. Now I'm getting ready to fold this round. You're going to fold it under once and under twice, and as you can see, that button's in the way, so we're just going to get rid of that one, but the rest can stay on. Right, so get rid of the thread. There we go. So all I do is fold it again and pin it all the way around, and then I can just stitch it on my machine. I haven't got a sewing machine, could stitch it by hand, but I must admit I don't do much hand sewing. Right, so over once, over twice, and stick a pin in it. If you are machining it round, machine on the top, not the other side. The reason being, your stitching looks much better from the top. The stitching coming from the bobbin never looks quite as nice, so that will give it a better finish. I'm just folding under the raw edge all the way around. As you can see, all you do, fold it over once, fold it over twice, and pin it. If you possibly can, pin it so that your thread from the top of your machine will be on this side, because the stitching is much better from your top thread. the bottom just comes off the bobbin, and it never looks as nice. But obviously this is going to be stuck down inside your jumper, so nobody's really going to see it. So don't get too wound up about that. It really is just a very simple idea on how to use old blouses to make them into something you will wear. Perhaps the blouse was a bit tight, and this is a way of reusing it. So I'll get on with the stitching next. Right, I've pinned it all the way around, and all I'm doing now is just hemming it, just with a straight stitch. Take pins out as I go. And all this does is go all the way round. It's right, the corner has just unfolded. Never mind. Sort that out. Just be careful you don't stitch over the pins, obviously. Now this blouse has breast pockets, which you can take off if you want. If you want it to be thinner underneath the jumper, you can do that, or just leave them. Nobody's going to see them, unless you've got a very deep V on your jumper. Now this really is an easy job that a complete beginner can do. As long as you can thread your machine correctly and get the stitch length right, then that's fine. But basically stitch length, the thicker the material you have, the longer the stitch you need. This, I've actually got that on 2.8, which this is quite a thin fabric, but because at various places, particularly at the shoulders where it goes over the yoke, it's quite thick there, and rather than keep altering it, I've just put it on a reasonable length. Right, I'll continue this round and show you it at the end.